Well, hello to everybody on YouTube. We're back in my shed. I'm BC. I've been running a couple of videos on building locomotive parts, but I neglected to explain what the hell I'm building. So I thought I'd show you where they go inside the frames of the locomotive and why I've been replacing and what I've been replacing. So by way of explanation, these are the upturned frames of the locomotive that I'm building. That's the axle. These are the axle boxes, or wheel bearings if you like. They move up and down a little bit stiffly. These are the axle box horns, or axle box guides. And this is what I fabricated a few years ago out of brass. It was a very good idea, much cheaper than buying the castings. But after I had to machine a lot of the fillet out, I just thought, hell, that's going to break in service. It's nowhere like doing the job. So this is what we have been making. One piece steel, not deburred or finished yet, but now you know what we're building and where it goes. Quite a strong structure. These are 6mm frames, lots of stretches or spaces in between them to strengthen them and give it a bit of rigidity. And it needs it because this part of the loco gets a hiding. Takes all the thrust from the wheels, fore and aft thrust from the pistons, all the vibration from running over the joints in the tracks and over the points, and occasionally you derail and that belts the hell out of the gear underneath it. So I decided that these bits of fabricated brass just wouldn't do the job, especially after Dominic and mate laughed at my work. They were made several years ago when I was pretty new to the hobby. So now you know what we're building. We'll go over to the milling machine and see how we do it and what progress I'm making there. All for now. Well, I don't know how much we got of the last bit because the camera was blank when I come back, so I'll take a short video of cutting out the second half just to give you the idea in case the other lot didn't get recorded. I'll bring the table up just till the cutter registers. Move it across to the line I've marked. Okay. And this material off very quickly. Is it still running? Yes, the camera's still on this time. A little bit of load. I don't know why the camera tripped off last time. wonder why I put up with old blunt tools like this. I'm not funded by YouTube or anybody else yet. So I'm trying to stretch the pocket as far as they'll go. Very close. Just take a mill this time. Nice and close. Once again, it's giving me the sound that it's very, very thin. It should break through on the next cut, I think. There we go. Righto. We'll put it down on an axe saw, make it into two, and then we'll deck one to make it a bit thinner. Now for those of you that haven't run a saw or haven't done much with one, the way that I do this to separate two pieces is I usually leave about a 3mm cut allowance in between the two. I've packed one of the old axlebox horns so I get equal pressure on both sides of the vise. Run the blade down to the work and throw your rule in between. With the aid of a nice little lead light, you can read off how long it is from the edge of the blade to the end of the material. And you can get within about 10 or 15th hour that way and just take the last little bit off with the milling machine. It usually gives you a very good cut. And these old girls work very, very well. I'll reposition the camera and you can see me start it up. Okay guys, I saved you from the boring part. I changed the colour over to my 2-flute indexable insert face mill, 1.25" wide, and I've got to take 1.9mm off the thickness of this flange to make up for the unequal axle box distances due to my milling incident. I think that's the best way to explain it. So I've just touched off, gone for 1mm depth of cut, and we'll crank it through slowly. After 1.5mm I'll measure again, because measure twice and cut once. Been there, done that. Let's get into it. This is where I put the over specs on. At high speed there's a lot of shite flies around. little bit of match this one. Go up another half a mil. And as Shaper Andy would say, let's go for it. Now we're just going to see what we're supposed to be at. We're looking for 6.1 millimetre. Then we're showing 6.43. So I've got 0.3 mil. Bit of bear grease. And like Andy, let's go for it. Leaving quite a respectable finish. It's a fair bit of a further clean up. I'm used to that with my work. Fingers don't go anywhere near something that's still spinning. Let's see what we achieve. Now we've got a little bit to go. No, within 1/100 of a millimetre, I'll leave it at that. I'm not that good. Okay, bye for now. I'll make this into a video. Thanks for watching.